The scene opens with the character feeling extremely disoriented, describing their head as fuzzy. They encounter a mysterious old TV emitting a blinding white glare. The situation quickly escalates as the character realizes they are physically paralyzed and unable to look away from the screen. Their eyes take on a hypnotic, multicolored spiral pattern, indicating that the TV is exerting some form of supernatural mind control or brainwashing. Despite the character's desperate inner plea for their body to move, they remain trapped under the screen's eerie influence. Kitty suddenly wakes up gasping from the nightmare, only to find Odd Dog right above her. Due to the sudden movement, their heads collide with great force, a clonk sound. The image ends with Kitty and Odd Dog both screaming in pain and clutching their heads on the floor, turning the mysterious atmosphere into a painfully comedic moment. The scene features a confrontation where Kitty angrily accuses Odd Dog of watching her while she slept. Odd Dog initially denies it, but then admits he was watching a little because she was making weird noises and mumbling about a TV and a screen in her sleep. Afterward, Kitty opens the window to check the time, asking if it's morning yet, only to realize a frustrating reality. It's hard to tell the time because it is always dark outside. Humanity. Odd Dog excitedly decides it's time to move because the house lights are on, which to him signifies daytime. He suddenly grabs Kitty's hand and yanks her along to go see Elephant, insisting there is no time to waste. Odd Dog explains that Elephant is usually hanging around the living room by now, and reminds Kitty of his promise to help her talk to him again, a promise he fully intends to keep. Humanity. Odd Dog and Kitty dash down the hallway with excitement, with Kitty appearing ready to follow his lead. Suddenly, they both come to a screeching halt, skirt, as they encounter something or someone blocking their path. The image ends with looks of pure shock and confusion on their faces as they stand before a tall, mysterious figure wearing a long robe, with only its clasped hands and the lower half of its garment visible. Mother is fully revealed as an exceptionally tall woman wearing an oversized hat that obscures her eyes. She greets Kitty as Curious Cat, stating she was looking for her. Odd Dog enthusiastically chirps, "Good morning, Mother," and she returns the greeting, noting with a cryptic smile that the two have become good friends. Odd Dog excitedly upgrades their status to best friends, prompting a dry, "Don't push it, Freckles," from Kitty as Mother continues to step toward them. A new character appears, a gray cat with blue tips and a gold watch who seems very strict. She immediately scolds Kitty, calling her the new kid and haughtily informing her that breakfast was over an hour ago. She continues to criticize Kitty, stating that even though they've just met, she can already tell Kitty has no appreciation for punctuality. The blue-tipped cat concludes by warning Kitty that she isn't making a very good first impression. Kitty asks, "Sorry, who are you?" prompting Mother to introduce the new character as Posh Pine, one of the children Kitty didn't meet yesterday, noting he is quite fussy about time. Meanwhile, Odd Dog decides to make a quick exit, claiming they don't need him around, and winks at Kitty as he leaves to encourage her to handle the situation. The image ends with Kitty noticing another small character hiding behind Mother's robe, resembling a dolphin or shark in a sun hat, leading Kitty to ask, "And what's her deal?" Posh Pine introduces the figure hiding behind Mother's robe as Shy Shark, mockingly calling her a bit of a wuss. Shy Shark peeks out from behind the fabric, wearing her sun hat, and defensively insists she isn't a wuss, but simply doesn't like cats. Posh Pine clarifies that she is actually terrified of them, leaving Kitty feeling slightly offended and confused by the awkward revelation. Kitty inquisitively asks why she didn't see Posh Pine and Shy Shark yesterday. Posh Pine begins to respond teasingly that there is a funny story behind it, but he is suddenly interrupted by the loud sound of the doorbell. Ding dong! Everyone is stunned as Posh Pine explains that the doorbell signifies a brand new arrival to the house, an event Shy Shark notes hasn't happened in a very long time. Posh Pine sits at the piano and checks his watch, confirming that the new guest has arrived exactly at midday. He remarks that at the very least, this person is on time. The episode concludes with Posh Pine and Shy Shark deciding to go and see who it is, leaving a cliffhanger regarding the identity of the newcomer entering the backwards house. The image shows a large gathering of the house residents, including Mother, Elephant, and other colorful characters, welcoming the new visitor in the hallway. It is revealed that the newcomer is another black cat who looks exactly like Kitty, causing Shy Shark to scream in terror, "Arg! They're a cat!" While Posh Pine tries to calm her down and encourages her to go introduce themselves, she flatly refuses, trembling with fear. Shy Shark breaks down in fear upon seeing the new cat, imagining a black cat chasing a fish in a bow tie while screaming, "Cats eat fish!" She desperately tries to stop Posh Pine from leaving, pleading with him not to leave her alone because bad things always happen when people are alone. However, Posh Pine decides to ignore her fear and head over to meet the guest regardless. This image depicts a comedic series of attempts by Posh Pine to move toward the visitor, but Shy Shark keeps clinging tightly to his arm and pulling him back with every step he takes. Posh Pine grows increasingly angry and annoyed by Shy Shark hindering him, and the sequence ends with a forceful yank that completely throws him off balance. Shy Shark continues to pull Posh Pine back, preventing him from moving with a series of powerful and consecutive yanks. Posh Pine appears completely stunned and disoriented, as he is literally lifted off the ground by her strength. The scene ends with him commenting in shock, "God, you are strong!"
Posh Pine reveals the funny story behind why Kitty didn't see them yesterday, bluntly confessing that they spent the entire day stalking her. Flashback panels show them following her behind doors, watching her climb a ladder, and even hiding under a tablecloth to observe her every move. Kitty responds with a dry, sarcastic remark, "I'm flattered." Kitty tries to reassure Shy Shark that she won't eat her, jokingly adding that with those big teeth of hers, Kitty should be the one afraid of being eaten. However, the joke backfires completely. Shy Shark collapses to the ground in a state of despair. Posh Pine explains the situation to a confused Kitty, saying, "Yeah, she's kinda self-conscious about her teeth." Mother gathers the three children, Kitty, Posh Pine, and Shy Shark, into one big, firm hug, squeeze. Expressing her delight that they are getting along so well, she asks Posh Pine and Shy Shark to give Kitty a tour of the house. As she didn't get a chance to see it all yesterday, Posh Pine agrees on the condition that they do it in a timely manner, while Shy Shark reluctantly goes along with it, all to Mother's great joy. Kitty initially expresses annoyance at having to take a house tour, noting she doesn't have time for it, but realizes she can't say no with Mother around. She decides to play along for now, thinking that learning the layout of the house could eventually be helpful. Kitty concludes by reflecting that she will just have to put her faith in a dog. While Kitty is occupied with the tour led by Posh Pine and Shy Shark, the story shifts to follow a dog as he begins his part of the mission. The red elephant is seen focused on reading his book, visibly annoyed by the sound of approaching footsteps. He sighs, asking, "Can't you see I'm reading?" Upon realizing it's a dog, he partially closes his book and remarks coldly, "Oh, it's you. As Kitty is forced to play along with Mother and her new siblings, on a guided tour through the house's mysterious corridors, the weight of the mission now shifts to a dog. Having successfully separated from the group, he now faces the red elephant in a private confrontation. However, the task won't be easy. The elephant, who clearly prizes his reading time and solitude, is visibly unimpressed by the interruption. The big question remains, can a dog charm the information they need out of this grumpy intellectual, or will the elephant's cold demeanor bring Kitty's plan to a grinding halt?